Michael Gatto. Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to another year's futures trading stream. Today is January 8th. It is Thursday, 8:52 a.m. Eastern time in the US. We got something. We got a number, the first weekly jobless number. Didn't bring too much to the market, kind of like a small upside that failed to get the market back inside yesterday's range. Nasdaq did kind of like was still inside yesterday's range with the overnight POC. The main difference between these two, the overnight POC is inside. All right, there is something that I'm observing in Nasdaq. Is the only one that has not reached is all-time high. Let's use this mark so to have a really quick view here. Where are you? Okay, this is the E, but it's not the ES, right? It's the SPX. But those kind of like it shows a continuous mark here. The index, it's making all-time highs. Nasdaq NDX is not that far from that mark, and what happened? What catches my attention here is these highs, right? This market is making. It's really interesting at this time. Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can use it today. Sometimes this thing refuses to. Yeah, you see, this refuses to do its thing today. Okay. All right, you have this. We have this one. Higher lows, lower highs, but right now it is doing the same thing. Lower high here, but just by can see maybe a tick here or whatever. Really not that much. So this level, that's why I put this one here. It's really important for this index. I have a pivot for Nasdaq right maybe a couple ticks above yesterday's high. Call it the 70-80, pretty much, right here. The overnight traded just the ES traded just close to that pretty close to this area here. Now my pivot in this is down here. I was watching this market yesterday. It came down here. It was extremely emotional. There was a lot of distribution was way, and it just was bought from this area, right? It is supposed to open with a gap, with a small gap here. The upper side has a lot of activity around this area. I will be watching this 69.78 in the upper side as a pivot, a potential, maybe this a rally, this can be a selling down here, and the opposite thing come down here. But the most important thing, I believe, in the short term is if this overnight can hold, right? If this holds, I expect something towards this area here. After all, we have value higher, value moving higher, but there's a clear line here, right? As we've seen in the daily charts. this daily charts here. Right? This is when this kind of formation starts happening. This usually is an indication that this short-term trading going on. It doesn't have to collapse, but look at what happened here. For example, it traded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 2 weeks here before having a break. Yeah, the same thing can happen. Traders may attempt, right? They may attempt to redo this range, but this time over here. After all, the weekly has taken this high out, making new all-time highs. It may it's also sitting right there, right above this weekly high. Little excess in the monthly, really little excess in the monthly time frame. Nasdaq. This has questionable low high at 50 here in the daily time frame. This is the one that has potential, right, to the upside. It's the only one that has not made all-time highs. We have an inside. Okay, this is the monthly. We have an inside bar in the monthly. This can be. There can be something in here actually. There's an inside bar in the monthly, and currently, all right, currently this market has looked above the bar, and is being rejected. Not being rejected, has fall back inside, right? I want to see if this upside continuation here, but because the month is just starting, right? But if this bar starts trading towards this opposite side here, there can be something. There can be something here, maybe towards the 24,000. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but just technical views, right? These highs here were made during the previous contract. Okay, so I wouldn't be too much obsessive watching these highs here. Now, what else? The gold still has not filled the gap. Oh, I forgot you cannot see that. You see here. My bad. Gold has not filled the gap. The dollar is strengthening. Crude oil is buying from. This is a downside market here. All right. Bonds. I mean, I think the bonds can be key here in this, how this market developed at the beginning of the year, right? Making range right there, support, resistance right there, building value below this line, right? And we have something like this. They probably want to come down here. If this falls, it can drag the market out. I mean, this is good for the market. If it comes down, these two markets can actually go high, especially Nasdaq, right? Can make a new all-time high. We are still in the first week of the year. Nice. There's probably there's still something left here to the upside. All right. Let me know if you have any questions here. this Bitcoin thing. Display total. Will control TPO. Uh-oh. Well, highlight. I want to see all the overnights. How do I do to see all the overnights here? Highlight the TPO midpoint. I know it's in here. Letter as place, letter bar, TPO, start, display TPO, highlight volume, value, point of control, to number ranges, control volume, price increments, show letters. Come on, show yourself. What the heck are you, man? Yes. TPOs again. Number letter, TPOs, highlight, display TPO, highlight, value, point of control, TPO, count levels, TPO, singles, number control, extend, singles, extend, profile, uses increment, problem, TPO, shade, sub, letter, percent, volume area, percent, minimum width. Oh, come on. Open a highlight, close, drop it, draw standard pics in a period. Use TPO over drop pics. There's an option here to say display only last overnight. I can't find it now. Oh, exclude evening session. Okay, here it is. Exclude evening session except the last one. No. Let's put it here. All right. Apply. Okay. Exclude. All right. There's a lot going on back and forth from this 91,500. This can be something on the upper side. And the lower side is basically this level here. Now notice how POC is here. Very nice POC. Right around this low, around this high. This building here is undecided. Yeah. It's coming back to where the week opened. It would be interesting to see where the week closes, right? If up above this mark or down below, close to this lower part of last Thursday or Friday. Seems like there is something here, some resistance or some sort of support in this area. This is EH, right there. Right, and now it's making a. Yeah, this is the euro. We have I wanna do overnight here as well. Where are you? Exclude, exclude, exclude. Where are you? Exclude, 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 exclude. There you go. Here. Now you are easy. Now I can find it. Apply. Okay. Here you go. Beautiful. Oh, look at this method. Good amount of trading here. Let's do your standard profile. Okay. Wow. It's coming down hard. I think there's a low here, no? You see it down here? I can see further back. A strong dollar is not good for big tech here. Okay, let's save these changes. Save it. Oh, by the way, I have this second instance that I have. All right. Opening, let's open. Let's open this thing. It's opening. Let me show you what I have here. I have this yeah, wow, it's taking its time. What? All right, right here. This is basically what I have here now. Guess who's back? Back again. Open chat book. Where are you? Open chat book. Second instance here. Open. All right. What the heck is this? Gold bar? I don't like that. Okay. What I don't know if you can see the whole thing here. Maybe not. But there are 6 charts here, right? All them are years, but these are time frames. All them are different time frames. This one at the top left is, oh, hold on. Let me move this chart down here. They are all over the place. These are another charts. They are all over the place. Let's put it in where they don't get in the way. Okay. What are these things? Okay. Why I have too much? This is a 15 minutes chart. 15 minutes, 13 minutes, 60 minutes, 120 minutes or 2 hours. It's 1 hour, right? This has to be 240. But this is 240 or 4 hours, right? Basically, what I am doing with this is to see. I want to see if, because I go to trading file. You see, I use 5 minutes charts, right? You have seen that in my main instance. I use market profiles as my main charts from where I got my references, the pivots, and all that stuff, right? Weak levels. But what I can see here, for example, I see some buying in the 15, some buying in the 30, right? The things are starting to change in the 1 hour as well. Right? It was negative. There was some selling coming here, but this is starting to change. It's not sure yet if this may come back, okay? But this pretty much can go up to here. right? That would be a significant high here. This may even come back maybe to this area. But remember, this is a 1 hour chart. This is 60 minutes chart here. The 2 hours also is starting to change, right? This the slope is to the upside now, right? The 4 hours, the is still to the downside, and the daily. This one is the daily. This one is the daily. The daily is to the upside. Right? It's in the upper side of the channel, right? And with the positive slope. Look at what's happening here. Right? Higher highs, higher lows, right? And this could be an opportunity to buy actually, but the thing in the daily, this range is compressing here, right? There can be a resolution here, and when resolutions happen, can happen in either direction. And today is 1 day before non-farm payrolls. Okay, non-farm payrolls or the day previous is can be very thin markets. Okay, can be very thin markets, and when markets are very thin, volatility, any kind of volume coming to the market can move the market great distances. I haven't seen that kind of movements lately. The selling when it had volume has been very controlled, right? And the buying as well. And these movements, these long movements that these movements that have give us great ranges actually have been really controlled. It hasn't happened that fast. When markets move too fast, that's not good for anyone. Nobody is interested in killing a market. Right? Actually, I was thinking about that yesterday. That kind of like this environment now is more calm that it was or used to be a couple of years ago, right? And that's good in my opinion, right, for trading. We don't see this violent swings now. Volatility there's still present, but I don't see those wild swings, right? When the market move too fast, too far, too soon, right? Now, I am following these accumulations of volume that can. This is above 1,000. For this is the this is Nasdaq. Let me erase this. Let me erase this clock here. Timeline clock real time remove. Apply. Okay. All right. How they are building. All right. How they are building. Yesterday, this was very important actually, as the market started to break, because there was something here on the upper side, right? And coming from this one that we have at the close yesterday. This was very important at the time. Notice where the market is, right? It's about to open and what we have down here. I'm going to open this market profile, keep it open. Okay, we are right there. Where are you? Where are you, price? Oh, price is up here. Price is up here. Wait a minute. Okay, but if market opens down here, what it is now, it will be correct. It would be correct in this very questionable lows, right? That the market did yesterday. ES did it, but Nasdaq did not. Okay, so there can be some downside extension here because Nasdaq has the tendency to overshoot, right? But the ES has already completed. The Dow is below this 2-day range, post to open to the gap to the downside. Russell is still an inside day. Okay, Russell still hasn't made an all-time highs. Has it? But I remember Russell has something in the upper side that it may attract this market. So there might be some divergences today, right? And that can be reflected probably in, yeah, it hasn't reached, it hasn't made a new highs. Russell has not made a new, Nasdaq and Russell has not made a highs here. I guess I'm going to put Nasdaq in here as well. All right. Less than a minute to the opening. Look at how this bar coming. So there's some buying coming just before the market opens. This low, the 69.45, 5-ish, it's very questionable. Let's see what we have today. All right, market is open. Open with the gap. Nasdaq. No, that's not a go. Right below this one. ES is opening with a gap. Okay. I'm going to do a rectangle here in this area, which is this lows here. Okay. Oh. I'm doing this so I can close this one. Notice this small thing, this high that just closed the gap here before, just before the open. Then the profile. Okay, so this is going to be very. It seems like the opening. I mean the overnight low is going to be relevant. Let's see. Now I can zoom out my chart. Now that I know what's going on here, right? Nasdaq has the same thing down here. Rectangle down here is actually taking care of this area, right? It's about taking care. It's not taking care yet. Configuration, chart drawing, Mr. 15 here. I should have done this before. I am kind of like a late. Configuration. Color blue because it's the overnight. This has not repaired yet, even though I look at the highs here, both. Okay, there could be something actually to the upside. Okay. All right, I got this marker. This is the opening right now. Look at this bar here and compare its width to these ones. Okay, all of this can fit in here. That's the volume. And the divergency is being shown right away. This is going higher, this is going lower. And we have seen that in the indices as well, right? Remember what's happening with the Dow, what's happening with the Russell. So it has stopped one tick from closing the gap here. Can you see? Can you see now? This weakness from this day has been checked. I'm going to remove those ones. It wasn't that relevant as the one we have yesterday. That's a big fat bar for this market, man. Look at where it's selling from. The Nasdaq is where this guy where these guys are selling from. They're selling right from the 50s. That doesn't spell good things from this market. The low, the overnight low is relevant for the ES. Nasdaq is different. We had a pivot way down to the 450 actually. It's impressive. This seems irrelevant, right? But it's just a tiny gap there, tiny micro gap. I think it looks like it was close. Was it? This is the high. This is the low yesterday. This is the high. Yeah, there's like a one tick here. Well, yeah, one tick gap there. Right there. I'm going to leave it here so we can have an idea where this market is standing. Okay. This for me is Nasdaq doing the correction of this. Remember what happened last night, right? It didn't go through this one. It just reached zero, leaving a very questionable low down here. This one now is being checked. This is what the ES did yesterday in the previous 2 periods, right? It started from saddle too. It started from saddle. Now Nasdaq is doing. Look at what saddle is from yesterday. Nasdaq is doing. Was finishing its movement from yesterday here. Well, that can be seen. This dynamic, right? These movements, right? The dynamic of these markets can be seen and how these 5 minutes are working out. Right? It's still the moments on the downside in Nasdaq, and look at what's happening in the ES, right? It's kind of like a more balanced movement now. It seems it can even go higher here. While Nasdaq has corrected this extremely like a wide set of lows that the overnight had, right? Nasdaq has, ES has not yet. It's down here. Remember, there were like 10 or so, 15 lows all gathered here around here. That has been taken care of. Let's see if the overnight is taking here. It is also these days. This day value area low, right? Right now we are down below this value area and up above this one, right? Wouldn't be weird to market to build something in here. Build some inventory or starting to accumulate inventory for the big number that we have tomorrow. I believe the ES had quite a range yesterday. The freeze 15. Now they were switching gears with Nasdaq. Impressive bar here. This one. Because of the ranges, I cannot see it. If I want to do it same thick, same. Just look at this, man. Come on, look at this one and compare with all that we have. Even the one that came at 8:30. All right. These kind of prints are heavily watched for by traders. This is a hammer or good morning or good night star, whatever. Right? Remember the divergences. The 30 and the 15 were moving higher in the years, right? The 30 is actually getting positive. So got to be very careful here, right? There's a divergency. There's a buying divergency here. The 15 has turned positive. '15 has turned positive. 30 is positive, turning positive. There's a divergency in the 60s. There's a divergency also in the 2 hours. Look at that. We have a breakout of this 2-day range. Now, where it is now, right? It's coming back inside, okay? Coming back inside. It has come back inside the 2-day range. It's coming back inside yesterday's range. Oh, watch out. When that happens, there can be something here to the upside, to the opposite side, actually. It doesn't mean that has to happen, but we have to deal with this. I guess I can join. Let me see if I can join. Let me see if I can join these two. Merge profile begin, merge profile end. So we have 2 days here, right? It's a bunch of volume there. Russell. Oh, Russell has getting very emotional really fast, man. Look at us. This is just, come on, man. This is not even 3 periods. And look at where it is, right? It seems like it's too fast, man. Too fast, too soon for Russell. Look at how this is very dangerous for that market now. All right. This highlighted area here is from way back in time. No, I can be sure here. It's from this comes from January 6th. Oh, January 6th? It's not that much, right? Just a couple of days ago. But there was something here, right? The potential destination of this overnight trade here, right? Getting short here was kind of really dangerous, especially after watching the structure. And down below, right, potential areas of that can attract this market is going to the downside. Or areas to take profits are the 69.20 and the 68.80. Okay, for to see more, I have to look at the profiles. What is 68? What's happening at 68.80? 6880, I have this very weird, right? Very weird tail from this day. Also, this was very weird. Question low it can attract the market, right? It's also far wide. There are 4 or 5 lows here. How come you may say if I there's only one here, but this comes from the past, right? In the same way, it has got this 1, 2, 3. Actually, there can be 8. Actually, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 here, very close to each other. There is, if I go back in time, there is exactly this, very similar. Right? Instead of being like this, instead of being like this, come on. Instead of being like this, oh come on. Okay, instead of being like this one, right? This is kind of like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. The other one is kind of like this, right? 4 lows. So add these 4 lows to this one. So this is very questionable, right? Very risky. It doesn't mean the market has to come back. Okay? Before paying too much attention to this can be misleading, right? I am just going to miss or lose, right? What is happening today, right? I know what I have below, okay, but I need to focus on what's happening now. After all, I had a pivot here. I had a 50 moving average down here. The 6900 is also really these these are very important references in the lower side that can hold the market kind of like a trying. Traders are fascinated by trying to find a low, right? With this famously catching a knife trade, and then are caught. Many are caught multiple times all the time. Some, but still do it. Coming down to this, coming down to this 50 moving average, will or may risk this market doing what Nasdaq is doing now, right? Kind of like extending a little bit, right? And once this level is taken, for the next thing, I expect to see some test of that right before going lower, right? And if it's taken, expect something to the upside and retest. Notice how the ES hasn't taken the low. Nasdaq always overextend. The ES has checked this overnight. Very questionable. It also has taken this low, right? Just check this out. This is not a reference anymore. We have 3 lows down here. Same. After all, these 2 markets are regardless of what you can see, these markets are in sync. Two lows have been taken, two lows of that. Remember that those bars that were lining, daily bars that were lining like this, very mechanical. These two lows have been taken, right? The market is down here for both of them, for both markets. There's still weakness in Nasdaq. What is happening? What's happening? And in the other markets. Bonds are getting lower, which means rates, yields are going higher. Dollar is going higher. Or see here that the euro going lower, right? We have seen that here already. Crude oil recovering a little bit, and gold back in range. Okay. I need to charge my Bluetooth here. I'll come back in a moment. All right. Have seen some the divergency that we have seen in in ES, right? It was showing buys. Oops, what the heck? Come on, man. What the heck is wrong with you? I don't know why my screen do this every once in a while. This is kind of dangerous. All right. But this market was showing some divergence. All the time frames except the 15 were pointing upwards. All right. Now the question is, will Nasdaq come back? Okay. I think it's within the odds because right now there is a divergence here, right? The ES has taken these two and come back into the upper line. Now, Nasdaq also has taken these two, and it is on its way here. Can it do it? That's the question, right? The first part is the first part of this trip is being hit, right? It's getting back inside the overnight range. We have this overnight range is getting back inside that range. Now there's still some way to go. It happens that this low is also, I call it this pivot line, right? Which is where the market can actually, kind of have some kind of swing. Now the ES has this line, in the lower side, right? It's on the lower side, and the upper side is kind of like at the time, if this market keeps going higher here, at the time this one reaches here, Nasdaq can also reach its own here. There might be some sort of back and forth over in this area before any upside, if any, okay? And this high, the same kind of weakness that we have yesterday, was it yesterday? Before yesterday, I believe, right? In the ES is exactly the same thing that we're having in Nasdaq. Selling from this very visible level, right? What happened in the ES? I guess it was this high. There was some very visible reference. I don't remember exactly what it was, right? It's chewing its way higher here. These two dots actually are not together. Now, it's kind of like a very risky, this Nasdaq. Oh, come on. Let me do this better. Okay, let's make this kind of like this one. All right. Okay, I think I can use this. All right. What I'm observing here in Nasdaq is this kind of small trend, right? These guys can be coming forced to liquidate soon. It's just too mechanical here. And then the ES is different. We have a range, opening range here, right? Shooting its way, getting back in here, and now this is using, this is using as a bounce level here. Right, this is positive. It's above zero. We have some upside. It's also, has long time, has relative to the 5-minute chart, right? Has turned positive, not just positive. Now it's above our 30 highs here. I wouldn't be shorting this. I wouldn't be too fast to short this one, but there's an emotion here right now. You can see the gap has been closed and has left, right? Has left A distribution is forming a distribution, okay? Anything to the upside, anything serious to the upside, will not close this distribution, okay? As I will see, it has closed, right? Now we have, so these are the pieces of the information we gather as the market develops, okay? And this is the first time now ES is coming back into range, which is not a good sign. Okay, the same thing that we have. This is kind of like the same playbook that yesterday, but this time, all right, this time in the opposite direction. Okay, what happened? Just many times we just can do the same thing. I mean, it's not what the chart says, right? Oh, this go to the upside. Now this is going to go to the upside. It's not, but how the traders behave here, right? How traders are behaving is the same playbook here. The only thing you need to do is switch the direction, right? And now we have the same thing, all right? We have this market opening, making a high here, coming back once, twice, 3 times into this range, which signals weakness, and then up we go, right? It grabs a lot of loans here. No, this market is going to the moon. We have a long liquidation afterwards, right? So if this is going to be the left side of this range that we have the liquidation, we may see some sideways trading here in this area, or maybe above here. I know. In the bigger picture is showing a 4-day range, right? What a coincidence, right? Just before non-farm payrolls. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if this market go all the way up here and then closes around the center. Or it attempts to take this or comes back to this pivot and closes at the center as well. I am playing now. I am, I am getting. I'm trying to get familiar with these new markets. I mean, new markets for me, right? Gold and crude. I had this Tradeify SIM account, right? It's only $40, $45. But it's giving me something to play. What I'm doing here now is I'm checking crude. Where the heck is crude here? Crude, crude 5 minutes, okay? Crude 5 minutes. Crude daily bar, let's put it here. Crude market profile. Crude 30. Crude daily bombing profile. Okay, this is the 5 minutes, right? And I'm going to check the volume crude. Where's crude market profile? Crude market profile. Crude market profile. We have a gap here in this market. This upper side is very emotional here, right? So there can be something, but notice where it came to, right? It didn't get to this upper this little distribution here, right? It came back here. Maybe it's going to attempt to close the gap, right? Which is right at the 71, something like that. There might be something here, right? Maybe in the same fashion that it comes to half the center, maybe this is where it can end, right? The entries here, I am trying to Each tick is $10, so it is pretty much like in between, closer to the ES, right? Closer to the ES, and in between Nasdaq and the ES. Russell, I believe, is how much is a tick? Russell is $50 or $12.50, something like that. I know the Dow is 10. I wouldn't touch. I would. Tom, I see this guy. I saw this guy, Tom Hugar, trading the Dow. I don't know how he can do that, man. This is really right. The market is crazy. All right. So now the 15 has turned positive. 30 is also positive. The 60-minute is about to turn positive. Now this is divergence in here, right? This is a buying in the 2 hours. The 2 hours, the hour, the 60, 120, and 240. The 240 is remaining positive. All them are now pointing upwards. Okay. All right. Oh, I have this area, the 64. I don't know why I have this one, and it comes from this. What the heck is that? Oh, that's this accumulation of volume that we had yesterday, right? It's right there, right? The market had some downside. Look at what happened. What happened here? This is very weird here. We have this bar here. Yesterday, and a small jump. This would be. Oh no, my bad. This is the last period yesterday. This is the first period today. My bad. Now this is the little gap that was closed, but the market has came back to this volume, and now it's using that. And actually, I don't know why I have a pivot here in this chart. Really, but it's not here. There must be has been something that made me use this one instead. These highlighted bars that you can see here are the same accumulation as the volume. This is Nasdaq, but because it comes from the left, it's from the past. I don't know exactly how long. Oh, okay, it doesn't extend that much, really, just a couple days. It is the first time it's checking it. Here, checking it here. This one, this is way in the past, right? This is I don't use this anymore. The same goes for this one as well. Now that look at how far it is from the previous day. From yesterday's low, huh? Higher. Keeps going lower and lower. I haven't seen anything here yet today. Remember, those are just single pieces of information, right? We have talked about that, how possible This market can, the longs here are very, very, very weak here, right? If this market comes back, this can shake these longs out, which is what the market has did already. Now the thing is, why, and this is why I don't, these are just single pieces of information, huh? This is a sell sign, and this is a sell sign. But remember, what are the other charts showing, right? What the other time frames are showing? They are showing a divergence to the upside, right? Even though it is below the 30 low here, right? And even though there's a slope change to the downside, I want to trust that, right? Because the other charts are showing different things. And this is Nasdaq. Okay, this is not the ES, it's Nasdaq. Now let's check, for example, what the Dow is doing. Is back inside. Okay, it's back inside this market again. So working its way higher. Remember when this happened, it can come all the way up here. If the Dow is in sync with ES, we may see, it favors a continuation for that market. Now check this beauty here. Check the beauty here. How Russell has taken this high, right? It seemed like it was overdone, too fast, too far, too fast, too much early, right? Came down here, retrace it, and then up we go. Now we have Nasdaq, we have the Dow, we have Russell, we have the ES in one direction. There's only one market that hasn't joined, and that's Nasdaq. Okay, now today I believe it has better also join the movement, better also than yesterday. What I have done here, this is a new layout that I had here. This is what you can see here. I guess I'm going to move this one over here as well. This is 5 minutes chart, right? This is 5 minutes chart. This is the market profile. This is the 30 minutes histograms. What this one does is kind of like it gives really I know say relevance. It gives significance to what I can see here. I had let go of the daily histograms for this market. I don't care about that anymore. Okay, if I want to check that, I can very well use this. Maybe come in here and check this daily history, how much volume I have in those levels, right? But I think that I was duplicating information. What I have now here is over here. This is the volume profile. Okay, so you can see where the accumulation here. You can see some emptiness here, right? So this market actually can work its way here and start accumulating in here, all right? Now, the next one, this is, you can see I have joined like a range there that started at the lows. So you can see the second day, the first day after the low was made, right? I don't know what date that was. There is some rejection of this one, and when the market comes in here, the next thing that the market may work its way up here. I'm going to see some sideways trending here, who knows, right? But if it starts to climb its way, this is where it can show acceptance or rejection. I don't know if you can see that, right? You can see acceptance or rejection. Coming back, taking the opposite side of this accumulation of volume, right? This heap here. You can come back to the other side or maybe check the center, right? Come back up here. If it gets back in here, probably at least it's going to work its way halfway into that. All right, but the potential destination is the opposite side. Same thing for Nasdaq. Nasdaq is more extreme, as you can see. The same range has heavy accumulation here, right? has actually reached that today. This is today, right? Has actually tomorrow. I am going to join this one to this range. To, I'm going to add this profile to this. So I'm going to see only one big probably 10 or whatever I believe is the right thing. Let me tell you what I did here, how I did that. I can see here, for example, during this day, which is the low. Oh, come on, man. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. What the heck I done here? What? Hold on. All right, right there, right there. Can see this is when the market made a low for I was pretty close, man, pretty close to get the call and to be assigned a call here. I'm super lucky to be aligned now. But from this day, I started to grab, I may even grab this day though. No, but I started here in this day. Yeah, I started this day. I may add this one actually. Let me see if I can see something here. No, this is to the downside. So all of these shorts now are out, right? So I am adding here this day. I don't need this one anymore. All the way up to this range here. After this, all these days are now in this profile, volume profile. This is this volume profile. The only thing I'm interested in is in watch this heap and valleys here. There's something here that I don't like. Let me see what I can do. I think there's some charts drawing, grabbing values from some other charts. There you go. That's better. Huh? That's better. Same thing here. Erase all non-text drawings. All right. There you go. That's better. Okay. Now the weakness, though. Pay special attention to this. Let me save this chart. I don't want to miss this. My instance save. This can be interesting here, and this is a repeating behavior from yesterday. Look at this high here, double tops here. This is not good to me. Look what happened here. What's happening here now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 low. We have these really nice two dots that are very close together there. And this kind of behavior, this kind of that I'm calling it behavior, right? Market behavior or traders behavior. It is right. It is the exact same thing that happened here in this level. I don't know. I don't remember. It might be here, or maybe it's Nasdaq. I don't remember quite well, but it is the same thing that happened yesterday. Remember, traders do. They are trying to. It worked yesterday. Of course, it's going to work today, right? Let's do it again. I'm not saying it's not going to work, but that's the behavior. That tells me who is. Okay, what kind of traders are holding this market? Now, I'm going to open. Right, I'm going to open. I think I can see something really interesting here up here. Look at these highs here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 highs here. Very, very, very weak highs up here. Right? let's put this dot. Oh, come on, man, come on. Chapter and properties. Let's do 15. That was better, so I can see it better, right? Okay, I got it better, right? We have that in the lower side. It was checked out. Now, can the market do the same thing in the upper side? All right, this one here. All right, why there? So that is adding weakness to this high that we have here. This is a pool. I'm going to call it pool. Pool and a very questionable high, right? Very questionable high. It doesn't mean that has to be repaired today, but I will be aware of that. If the market keep going lower, I know what's happening up there, right? Remember, just what we have talked here a couple days ago, that the trade that happened a couple days ago took 2 weeks to set up, right? That's something we need to be aware of. I wish I could hide this title here. This is getting in the way, very distracting. I don't like that. Something really interesting as well that I have seen in these markets. Let me bring this. Let me bring this hour. What is the? This is the 2 hour. 2 hour. Where are you? 2 hours. 120. Oh, this one here. What the heck? 120. Where's the 120? This is 120. This is 120. Here's 120. 60 minutes. 120. No, this is not 120. This is wrong here. But yeah, this is wrong. Has to be 20. Has to be 120. It's 240. 120. There you go. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay, let's save this. Save as instance, second instance, save. All right. What I'm checking here is this one. Even though it has been corrected with this upside, but this, I mean, the trend here, right? This micro, this weird, this I can pretty much put a trend here, and it's going lower. Okay, there can be something to the upside, right? All the way up to here. Okay, right now it's checking. Right now it's checking this one here. Now then from here, it may have, we may see a breakout to the downside, or to the upside. Now the references here. What do we have on the lower side? Okay, the same. Okay, this is interesting. This is the 2 hours, remember, okay? This is the 2 hours. We have this one here. And the same thing in the lower in the going while this market was going higher. This is 2 hours. So if this one is taking, probably the next one, if there's some downside here, the potential destination on the lower side, right, is 6,900. This can give us an idea, right? After all, right, there's a divergence here, okay, to the divergence buying here, right? But the momentum here is to the downside. Notice where all this accumulation are. This is all these are negative, right? But this right now is going higher, right? So that's the divergence. Right? When I see these kind of things, if I got this line here, this could be a good entry, right? Look at what's happening here: higher highs, lower highs, lower lows. This high has to be defended here. If there is any upside here, I wouldn't like, if this is taken, any short that I have here has to be let it go. The same pattern. Okay, if I see that in the 15, look at this. Right. If I see that in the 120, I would see the same thing in the 30, the 15, right? And because those are just exactly half of the bigger ones. Okay. All right, I'll leave you here. Unless you have any questions, I will be calling it a day. The stream, I might leave it here. Who knows? It can be interesting, but I have to do some things. How to use my computer, so probably yeah, I'm going to call it a day for the stream and wish you guys a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe out there. Bye bye.